You did the right thing by arriving here now. This moment did not happen by accident. It was a gentle pull from a hand you could not see, a nudge from the one who has never lost track of your steps. By choosing to listen, you have moved something in the unseen. You tapped the right door at the right time, and what was circling your life looking for a landing place has found it. Delay is losing its grip. Multiplication has been summoned. Alignment is already in motion. Hear me, every single act that springs from trust is honored in my presence. You thought you were just being curious, just giving this a chance, but heaven recognized it as faith. And faith always leaves a trace in the spirit. It signals to angels. It silences accusations. It clears a path through crowded opposition. Before we go further, do something bolder than doubt. Speak, even if it is a whisper. My story belongs to God. When you say this, the atmosphere around you shifts. The noise loses volume. The fear loses vocabulary. You are not flattering me. You are remembering reality. Because I am the author, and authors have the right to revise chapters that were hijacked by grief, betrayal, or delay. There is an inheritance with your name on it. I wrote it before your first breath. It is more than money and far heavier than objects. It is honor. It is restoration. It is clarity where confusion muddied your thoughts. It is healing in the places you learned to hide. It is a new season marked not by chance, but by my signature. Do not be surprised that the turbulence increased as you approach this moment. Have you noticed the unusual shifts in people around you? Voices cooling, conversations thinning, familiar faces feeling strangely distant? This is not your imagination, and it is not punishment. The blessing I'm placing on you agitates what clings to comfort. It disturbs what cannot celebrate without envy. It reveals motives that preferred you small, quiet, compliant. Some victories demand new atmospheres. Some promises require separation. Not everyone can breathe where you are going. Not everyone wants oxygen for your future. I'm not shaming them, and I'm not asking you to explain yourself to them. I'm untangling you, making room for what fits the weight of what I am entrusting to you. You will feel the ache of release because you have a loyal heart. But loyalty to me must outrank loyalty to approval. There are tables I am preparing, and yes, the invitation will be issued in the presence of those who misread you, underestimated you, prayed timid prayers about you, or whispered hard words when you were not there to answer. Do not let bitterness sit down where I am about to serve you. Let it pass by like smoke in the wind. Mark this. Before this month closes, there will be a gift that touches your core. You have called it relief, but it will be more than relief. It will be reversal of a diagnosis, of a debt, of a label that tried to define your horizon. Do not struggle to earn it. Open your hands and receive it. Grace is not a wage. It is a door you could never buy, and a key I placed in your palm when you thought you had none left. Say with faith, I receive what heaven has scheduled for me. Do not chase a feeling. Feelings will catch up later. Obedience moves faster than emotion. The current of goodness that is beginning will not be a flash flood that recedes with the morning sun. It will be a river, steady, nourishing, cleansing, widening. Love that does not run thin. Provision from unlikely directions. Strength that returns like morning light after a deep night. Peace that is not fragile. Listen closely. You were not overlooked. You were preserved. I tucked you away not to punish you, but to keep watch while I dissolved alliances that would have feasted on what belongs to you. I could not hand you a crown in a room that only valued your silence. I could not entrust you with influence while flattery still sounded like friendship. I was not late. I was thorough. I saw the tears you saved for rooms with closed doors. I counted the nights your pillow collected prayers with no punctuation. I heard the moments you nearly said, I am done, and chose instead to whisper, help me. That whisper carried more power than you know. It told the truth about you. You did not quit. You bent, but you did not break. You dimmed, but you did not go out. Now I speak to you with authority. Do not turn back. What has left the throne is already on the road to your address. There will be last-minute drama. Voices that sound familiar, trying to drag you back to earlier versions of yourself. Memories that dress up as warnings. Shadows that pretend to be facts. Let them pass through. They are not announcements. They are echoes. They have no new information. They only recycle the old. You are an heir by grace. Not because you did everything right, but because you would not surrender your trust. When shame tried to become your language, you chose worship. When offense prowled for agreement, you chose blessing. You did not mock what you could not measure. You held your ground and kept your heart. That is why a decree bearing your name was sealed, and what is sealed in heaven will find expression on earth. Guard your heart now, not with paranoia, but with wisdom. You do not need to tell everyone everything. Not every ear can shepherd a secret. Pray in quiet. Give thanks without spectacle. Create room for joy without parading it for applause. I'm sending the right people, and I'm releasing the wrong ones. It may sting, but healing often stings before it soothes. This inheritance is not pastime or performance. It will renew the spaces you inhabit. Your home, your mind, your language about yourself. Your name will no longer be chained to the old story. The sentence of scarcity is breaking. The habit of second-guessing is losing dominance. Where you were an apologetic version of yourself, courage will take up residence. Where you learn to carry shame like a backpack, honor will put it down and hand you a mantle. If this burns in you, answer it with a simple confession. I take my place. Not someday, now, not when they approve, now, not when you have every answer, now. I am the God who makes paths in deserts and rivers through stone. Your part is not to manufacture outcomes. It is to trust me with steps. The conspiracies will fail. The traps will spring on empty air. The accusations will lose their breath. Because whoever fingers you as a target does not realize they are placing their hand near the apple of my eye. I'm not distant in this. I am invested. I am present. I am here. As water keeps flowing to nourish dry ground, my goodness will not negotiate with drought around your life. It will come. It will soak. It will turn the hard soil where you planted with tears into a field that answers with fruit. Your family will taste it. Your work will reflect it. Your mind will rest in it. This is not a fantasy. It is a promise older than your fears and stronger than your history. Trust is the key in your hand. Not the trust that shouts to prove itself, but the quiet trust that sits still when storms perform for attention. Give me your step-by-step permission again. I do not need your perfection, only your yes. Yes in the morning before you are fully awake. Yes at noon when pressures are loud. Yes at night when your thoughts try to revisit regrets. With your yes, I will thread wisdom through your decisions, and you will see doors open that were never on your map. Bring me the things that gnaw at you, the little anxieties with sharp teeth, the large uncertainties that brag about their size. Lay them like stones at my feet. I'm not impatient with your questions. I'm not offended by your size, but I will not let anxiety be your counselor. I will place counsel in your spirit that feels like clean air. You will breathe it and know this is the path. Walk in it. Let me say this clearly. Abundance is not a mirage. You were trained by lack to suspect overflow, to distrust good news, to brace for disappointment. Lack taught you to ration joy, to celebrate softly, to expect the fine print to ruin the headline. I am retraining you. Where scarcity made you hoard, grace will teach you to steward. Where fear told you to shrink, purpose will ask you to stand tall. This is not about indulgence. It is about impact. I want what I place in you to feed more than you. I love you more than your mind can stretch around. I'm a father who watches details you forget. I count the hairs that fall unnoticed from your head. I mark the small victories you think no one sees. I keep receipts for every sacrifice. Nothing is wasted, least of all the pain that made you wise without making you hard. Strengthen your faith the way a gardener strengthens plants, consistently, patiently, with daily light. Read what feeds you. Say what aligns you. Choose voices that build you. Unplug from voices that bruise you. Not all criticism is counsel. Not all compliments are endorsements. Train your ear to my tone. It does not flatter, but it does not condemn. It corrects like a surgeon and comforts like a mother. Declare this now. I trust the plan written over my life. Do not worry about who thinks it is too simple. Some truths are simple because they are solid. Complexity is often a mask for unbelief. You will not miss your moment because you kept your confession clean. You will see me in your uncertainties, providing clarity where the road curved, placing light at the exact point you needed to decide, sending encouragement that arrived in sentences you could not have scripted. These are not coincidences. They are coordinates. I'm guiding you with precision, and you will look back and say, someone cared enough to arrange even this. To the part of you that still thinks, maybe I am too late, too tired, too behind. Hear me, I do not measure by your clock. I redeem time you thought was wasted. I recover years that felt eaten. I resurrect what was mishandled. You are not at the edge of an ending. You are at the beginning of a chapter that uses all you learned without weaponizing your wounds. Write this in your heart. Goodness and mercy are not seasonal workers. They do not show up only when crowds applaud. They walk with you into quiet rooms. They keep pace on ordinary Tuesdays, and they stand guard when nobody texts and the bank account speaks rudely. You are not alone in those rooms. You never were. Now about opposition. It is real, but it is not ruling. The enemy studied you clumsily and misread your persistence. He assumed fatigue would equal surrender. He used voices with polished smiles. He tried to dress discouragement in logic so you would call it wisdom. He reached for old memories to prove new limits. But where he pressed, you prayed. Where he shouted, you worshipped. Where he threw shadows, you lit candles. You did not even know how strong that made you. Heaven knew, because you would not bow, I have lifted you. Not to show off, but to show evidence that I keep promises, that I finish what I start, that no accusation gets the last word when I have declared you mine. Watch how quickly the narrative changes when I breathe on your name. Places that were closed will call for you. Rooms that ignored you will request you. Not because you begged, but because I spoke. Do not let vindication distract you. You owe no one a victory tour. Celebrate, but keep your gaze forward. The point is not to prove anyone wrong. It is to build what I put in your hands. You will have opportunities draped in glitter that are traps in disguise. You will have invitations that flatter your ego and starve your spirit. You will need discernment, and I am giving it generously. You will feel the check in your chest. You will feel the peace like a settled river. Obey the river. Let's talk about your house, your inner house first. I'm renovating rooms you stopped visiting. The room called courage, the room called joy, the room called hope. Dust will lift as I clean, and some days will feel messy, but chaos is not the point. Cleansing is, I'm also sealing old cracks where fear leaked in. You will not be ambushed in the same corridors. The patterns end here, then your outer house. Expect practical restorations, systems that start working, processes that become simple, finances that find rhythm, relationships that learn boundaries without breaking love. It will not all be loud. Many miracles will be quiet. Bills met on time, headaches that stop stealing mornings, laughter that returns to the table unannounced. Do not underestimate quiet miracles. They are the scaffolding of big ones. Say this with me: I am not overwhelmed. I am upheld. Let that sentence be a shelter on heavy days. I hold you when your hands shake. I hold you when your voice trembles. I hold you when your mind runs in circles. My grip does not loosen when your grip does. I do not drop what I died to carry. I am also unveiling masks, not to humiliate but to protect. Some connections with sugar on the tongue and rot at the core. I'm not asking you to be paranoid. I am teaching you to be precise. You can be kind without being careless. You can be generous without being gullible. You can love people and still say no to patterns. Do not share everything with everyone. That is not secrecy. That is stewardship. There is a time to testify and a time to treasure. Joseph learned that. So will you. When the time to testify arrives, you will speak from healed places, not from fresh wounds. Your voice will carry authority without anger. Your story will free people without shaming them. I am sending helpers, quiet ones who bring solutions, not spotlights. They will not compete with your calling. They will complete assignments with you. You will recognize them by fruit, not fanfare. Partner with them. Release what is not your weight. You do not need to be the hero in every scene. You only need to be faithful in your lane. Finally, breathe. I'm here. I'm not pacing heaven, worried about your future. I am seated, which means the work is settled. Walk with me at the pace of grace and watch what opens without strain. You wondered if what you carry is too heavy. The truth is, it is heavy, but you are not carrying it alone. I have matched the weight of your promise with the strength of my presence. Where you felt stretched thin, I am thickening your peace. Where you felt fragile, I am fortifying your spirit. The promise was never meant to crush you. It was meant to crown you. I did not allow you to receive this earlier because earlier too many hands wanted a share of what was yours. Your heart was kind, but it was impressionable. Praise could still buy your attention. That has changed. Pain has refined your taste. Silence has trained your ear. Rejection has shut doors that flattery would have reopened. You are different now. Not harder, truer, not colder, clearer. I watched what they did. The shrugs when you needed a defender. The group messages where your name was a topic instead of a person. The rehearsed politeness that hid competition. The laughter that stung. I also watched your response. You brought it to me. You did not weaponize your hurt. You did not gather a committee for revenge. You wept and you worshipped. That moved me. That invited me. That authorized me to act on your behalf in ways your temper never could. So understand this. I am not merely returning what was taken. I am multiplying what remains. I'm not patching cracks. I'm rebuilding beams. I'm not painting over mold. I'm replacing walls. This is not cosmetic, it is structural. The inheritance I am releasing is not a bag that runs empty. It is a well that deepens the more you draw, and with it comes responsibility, holy, joyful responsibility. Steward the honor, guard the atmosphere, measure opportunities by purpose, not applause. Keep short accounts with your heart. Forgive quickly, repent quickly, celebrate often. Practice gratitude like a skill. Gratitude will keep your hands open and your eyes clear. It will remind you that all of this is gift. There will be tests. Last ones before the reveal. Invitations that ask you to trade integrity for speed. Partnerships that promise platforms and drain power. Lovers of your spotlight and strangers to your soul. You will feel the tug. Say no with peace. When it is me, you will not need to force fit. The door will honor your frame. Do not fear missing out. Fear missing me. If you stay with me, you will not miss what is yours. I can summon what belongs to you from distances your networking cannot reach. I can cause conversations to happen about you in rooms your resume has never seen. I can place your name on tongues that used to forget it. All of that is easy. Your part is to remain aligned. Say it now. I choose alignment over acceleration. Speed without direction is a circle. But when I lead, even slow steps cover sacred ground. I am also touching your memory. I'm healing childhood echoes that still scold you when you try to speak with authority. I'm rewriting the captions beneath old photos in your mind. Where shame wrote, "Not enough," I'm stamping. "Chosen." Where fear wrote, "Too late," I'm writing. "Right on time." Where regret wrote, "You ruined it," I'm writing. Redeemed. Do not be surprised if joy arrives awkwardly at first. You have worn caution like a second skin. Joy will feel like sunlight in eyes used to dim rooms. You will squint. It's okay. Keep walking outside. Your eyes will adjust. You were built for light. Let me talk to you about generosity. You feared abundance because you feared becoming someone you do not respect. Stay close and you will not. Wealth will not own you. It will obey you. Influence will not intoxicate you. It will serve through you. You will give strategically, not performatively. You will bless quietly and watch ripples find shores you will never see. That is the kind of legacy I am after. Legacy is not your name in lights. It is your name in stories of people who found hope because you were faithful. It is children you may never meet who grow up within boundaries you helped build. It is prayers you pray that outlive you. It is systems you set in order that make life lighter for others. This is why the enemy came hard early, because the blessing on you is contagious. It frees, it awakens, it multiplies. He tried to convince you that isolation was safety, That numbness was wisdom. That smallness was humility. He lied. Safety is found in me, not in walls. Wisdom feels alive, not frozen. Humility is agreement with truth, not denial of gift. You are not arrogant for accepting a crown I placed on your head. You are obedient. Lift your head, not in defiance, but in dignity. You are not begging at a table where you belong. You are not scrambling for crumbs when your name is on a seat. Let the posture of your body preach to your heart. Shoulders back, lungs full, gaze steady. Kings and queens do not apologize for sitting where they were summoned. From here, you will notice the subtle openings, the email that lands with perfect timing, the meeting that reschedules into your favor, the appointment you thought you lost returning better. Say thank you, but do not be astonished as though wonder is foreign to you. Wonder is home. You were always meant to live near the miraculous, not as a tourist, but as a citizen. And one more thing, keep your altar alive. Not a physical place only, but the inside place where you meet me, unrushed, unpolished, honest. Bring me your laughter. Bring me your plans. Bring me your tight timelines. Bring me your tired eyes. Let me breathe on them. Let me shape them. Let me say no when no protects you, and yes when yes promotes you. You are ready, not because you feel ready, but because I say so. Your readiness is measured by my word, not your nerves. Walk forward now with quiet confidence. The corridor is lit. The doors ahead are prepared. The inheritance is in motion. And I, who started this, will not stop until the fullness arrives and finds you standing where you were always meant to be. Whole, honored, and held. You are standing before a door. It looks ordinary, it feels familiar, but this is not the same hallway, not the same season, not the same you. The handle is close. Your hand knows how to move. Courage is simple here. Touch, turn, step. Do not wait for silence. Noise is normal. Do not wait for agreement. Agreement can arrive later. Doors answer motion, not permission. You learn to scan the corridor. You learn to rehearse outcomes, to analyze until action felt unsafe. But faith does not audition. Faith moves, then learns. It steps, then sees, pause. Pattern interrupt. If this door were a word, what would it say to you right now? Type the first word that rises. One word. Don't edit it. This door does not promise ease. It promises truth. Truth has air. Truth has light. Truth has room for your full height. You will breathe differently in truth. Steadier. Deeper. You are not here to prove worth. You are here to agree with design. Agreement turns hinges. Agreement quiets fear. Agreement dignifies your pace. You resisted the hallway habit, that endless loop of almost. You folded the tent you called someday. You packed the box named when it's perfect. Good. Perfection is a stall tactic. Excellence is motion with care. Listen. Hear the click. It is small. It is decisive. It is a beginning disguised as a sound. Push gently. The door opens like dawn. A line, then a wash. Let light arrive 1 inch at a time. Let your eyes adjust. Let your breath catch up with your courage. Wait. Pattern. Interrupt. What if the room is larger than your last label allowed? What if the ceiling does not limit your voice? What if the floor can carry your full weight without complaint? Consider this. Maybe you were never too much. Maybe the hallway was too narrow. Narrow spaces shrink language. They shrink laughter. They shrink possibility. Rooms built for you restore proportion. Step in, 1 foot, then the next. Do not narrate your doubts. Narrate your decision. I am here. I will learn. I will build. Notice the quiet things, a window you didn't expect, a chair that fits now, a shelf for dreams you boxed away. Ordinary objects become sacred when purpose enters them. Purpose turns furniture into tools. Purpose turns space into assignment. There is dust. Dust is not danger. Dust proves this room is real. You will sweep, you will arrange, you will make it yours. Keep sentences short. Think clearly. Choose simply, act steadily. Short sentences help under pressure. They keep the mind from sprinting in panic. They force focus. Use them now. If a memory knocks from the hallway, let it pass. It served you then. It does not lead you now. If a voice yells, "Stay small," thank it for the warning and close the door. Boundaries protect breath. Boundaries protect build. Boundaries are not bitterness. They are stewardship. Pattern interrupt. Question for comments. What is one boundary that would keep this room clear this week? Name it. Make it practical. Make it kind. Make it firm. You are not here to rush. You are here to root. Roots do not brag. Roots do not post. Roots hold. Give yourself permission to hold. Open the window. Let the fresh air move old dust. Let the light show corners you ignored. You are not exposed. You are informed. Information is not shame. It is a gift. It lets you clean precisely, walk the perimeter, touch the walls, measure the space with your steps, call things by their names. This is the work table. This is the rest chair. This is the shelf of plans. Naming reduces fog. Naming reduces fear. Write a small plan, 1 page, 3 priorities, 1 next step. Big plans intimidate. Small plans activate. Put the page where you can see it. Let it speak. When your feelings shout, you will hear echoes from the corridor. The corridor loves attention. Ignore the performance. You do not live there anymore. You do not feed that stage. Close the door softly. Gentle does not mean weak. It means sure. If you feel unqualified, that is fine. Unqualified hearts listen. Listening accelerates learning. Learning accelerates building. No one is born fluent in new rooms. They become fluent by staying. You will be tempted to explain this move, to overtalk your choice. Resist the seminar. Do the work. Let results speak sentences you don't have to say. Silence can carry proof. Quiet can carry weight. Glean one corner, set one tool, start one task. Completion breeds confidence. Confidence expands capacity. Capacity attracts responsibility. Responsibility invites honor. Honor is not applause. Honor is alignment. It is chair height that matches your posture. It is a schedule that matches your energy. It is a workload that matches your call. You are allowed to design for fit. Fit is not luxury. It is stewardship. Pattern interrupt. Look at your hands. Notice the lines. They are maps of endurance. Type this in the comments. My hands are ready. Short true. Present tense. Now the door again. Doors are transitions, not destinations. You will open many. You will close some. Learn to listen for hinges. Hinges squeak when neglected. Oil them with attention. Oil them with rest. Rest is not a reward. It is a rhythm. Make a rule. No building without breathing. Walk to the window. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. Do it again. Watch your mind settle. Settled minds decide better. Better decisions reduce regret. Turn to the threshold. Bless it. Thank you for holding space between worlds. Thresholds carry tension. Old behind, new ahead. They groan under hesitation. Relieve the pressure by choosing. Choice is courage in action. A knock. Who is it? Opportunity wearing work clothes. Open. Say yes to what matches your mission. Say no without guilt to what steals your clarity. Guilt is a poor negotiator. Clarity is a faithful friend. Stay responsible for atmosphere. Music matters. Words matter. Order matters. You can create calm on purpose. Calm is a multiplier. Chaos is a tax. Stop paying that tax. If someone enters this room, they must honor the rules. Speak life. Offer solutions. Respect pace. If they cannot, kindly show them back to the hallway. Love does not require access to everything. Love can wave from the door. You will feel waves of old fear. Let them pass through. Do not memorize them again. Do not carve them into wood. Let the room keep its new scent. Open windows when needed. Fresh air is free. Use it. Place a small symbol near the door. A word. A stone. A card. Something that reminds you why you stepped in. When fatigue whispers, look at it. Let meaning return strength to your spine. Think about time. You do not need a countdown, you need cadence. Cadence is step after step, without panic. Cadence is honesty about energy. Cadence is the humility to stop when done. Stop before you break. Stopping is not quitting. Stopping is wisdom. Now inventory. What tools do you have? What tools do you lack? Do not dramatize lack. Get what you need, one item at a time. Borrow knowledge, rent experience, trade skills with allies. Rooms grow faster with community. Pattern interrupt. Who is one person you can invite to see this room in its early state? Someone safe, someone honest. Tag them in your heart. Tell them what this room means. Let them bless it with you. If criticism arrives before fruit, file it. Don't frame it. You can read it later when roots are stronger. Right now, protect momentum. Begin with what is clear. Clarify the rest by doing. When you step out, you will do it intentionally, not to escape, to replenish, to get sunlight, to greet life and bring it back in. Rooms stagnate without outside air. Balance solitude with connection. Smile at the door. It is not magic, it is mercy. It waited while you hesitated. It did not slam, it did not shame. It stood and offered a way. Touch the handle again. Feel the texture. Remember the first click. You will need this memory on hard days. Hard days are not a sign you chose wrong. They are a sign you are building something real. Place a mat at the threshold. Wipe off what doesn't belong. You are allowed to keep mud out. You are allowed to keep peace in. This is your room. Own that word, yours. Choose a sentence for the wall, something you can say on tired mornings, something you can say when celebration feels loud. My pace, my peace, my purpose. Write it, see it. Practice it until it feels natural. Now stand in the center, stretch your arms, take up your space. No apology, no shrinking. You are not borrowing oxygen here, you are supplying it. Rooms breathe better when you do. The door behind you is still there. It will always be there. Exit is not failure, exit is movement. Some days you will walk out to rest. Some days you will walk out to invite. Some days you will close it for focus. All of that is allowed. If a new door appears inside this room, do not fear too many choices. Choices are proof of growth. You can choose well because you are choosing from alignment, not panic. Ask simple questions. Does this honor my assignment? Does this protect my peace? Does this stretch me without breaking me? If yes, touch, turn. Step, one more pattern interrupt. Look at the threshold and whisper, thank you. Gratitude resets posture. Gratitude turns anxiety into attention. Gratitude makes ordinary sacred. When people ask you later, what changed? You won't need a complex answer. You will say, I stopped living in hallways. I opened the door. I stayed. Sometimes maturity is that simple. You will mentor others from this place. You will point to the handle. You will say, it is within reach. You will say, try small. Try now. You will say, short sentences, clear choices, gentle courage. And they will step, and rooms will fill with builders, and hallways will grow quiet. Before you close for today, tidy one spot. Stack what you used. Bless the progress. Progress likes to be noticed. Notice it out loud. I did this. I am doing this. I will return. As you reach for the handle, feel the steadiness in your chest. That is peace. It came because you acted. Action often escorts peace through the door. Let it stay. Turn the handle. Soft click, lights dim. Room rests, you rest. Tomorrow or whenever you return, remember the sequence. Touch, turn, step. Short sentences, clear choices. Gentle courage, again and again until it is muscle memory. Because this door is not a one-time miracle. It is a daily practice, a way of living. And you now are a person who opens doors, not only for you, but for all who will follow the sound of your quiet, steady, faithful click. See the river. Quiet at first, wide enough to breathe, steady enough to trust. No rush, no stall, just movement with purpose. You step to the bank, shoes or no shoes, either works. The water invites, it does not plead, it does not push, it simply flows. You do not have to dive. You can wade, ankles, shins, knees. Let your body learn the temperature. Let your mind learn the pace. Rivers teach without lectures. They carry without drama. They bend without breaking. They arrive without announcing themselves. Watch long enough and you see the pattern. Watch closely and you find your role. You are not here to conquer water. You are here to cooperate with it. Control is a bank. Cooperation is a boat. Choose the boat. Breathe in. Feel the soft pull. The current is not an enemy. It is a partner with strength you do not have to manufacture. Let it meet your effort. Let it multiply your small strokes. Get in, center your weight, low and balanced. Tension loosens when trust rises. Trust rises when you remember the river has a path. You do not see the full map. You do not need to. The river remembers. Its memory is cut into stone. Your job is not prediction. Your job is participation. First correction, stop arguing with the pace. Fast water is for focus. Slow water is for depth. Both are useful. Both can carry you. Learn the difference by listening to your breath. Your breath quickens in rapids. That's normal. Count inhale 4, exhale 6. Lengthen the out-breath. Lengthen your patience. Lengthen your presence. Slow water will tempt you to call it stagnation. Look again. The surface is calm. The depth is moving. This is where reserves refill. This is where clarity settles like silt after a storm. Pattern interrupt. Close your eyes for 10 seconds. Ask yourself, which water am I in today? Rapid, bend, or still? Type one word later when you're ready. Naming your water helps you choose your stroke. Rapids teach agility. Keep your bow pointed where the current goes. Face the flow. Angle the hull. Use short strokes. Small choices matter more here than big declarations. Do not fight every wave. Let some pass under you. Ride their back, not their face. Bends teach trust. You cannot see around the curve. Do not freeze. Freeze leads to drift. Drift leads to rocks. Instead, keep a steady cadence. The path reveals itself in motion. It always has. Still water teaches rest with awareness. Lay the paddle across your lap. Feel the boat settle. Look at the shorelines. Study the sky. Receive the quiet as fuel, not as guilt. Guilt does not row better. Guilt just burns energy. You do not owe the river tension. You owe it presence. Presence rows wisely. Presence sees logs before they collide. Presence hears birds that sing directions. You will hear voices from the bank, advice, cheers, warnings, opinions, some helpful, some loud. Use a simple filter. Does the voice match the water's tone? If the water is calm and the voice is frantic, let it fade. If the water is swift and the voice is steady, consider it. Not everyone on the bank understands boats. Not every boat understands your mission. Comparison builds dams in the mind. Envy throws rocks into the channel. You are responsible for neither. You are responsible for your oar. Hold your oar like truth. Not tight with fear, not slack with apathy, firm, responsive, ready. Now look ahead. You see a fork. The river splits, left and right, one wide, one narrow. Ask simple questions. Which stream matches my calling? Which stream preserves my peace? Which stream stretches me without snapping me? Choose. Row. Trust the wisdom in the choice you made. You will not be perfect. Perfection does not row. It hesitates, then it critiques. Excellence rows, then it learns, then it rows better. Pattern interrupt. Quick journaling prompt for the comments. Write one sentence that describes your paddle form this week. Short visual, something you can remember when pressure rises. Provision on rivers looks different than in fields. Here, things drift into reach. A branch that becomes a tool, a fruit that fell upstream, an ally in another boat who knows a shortcut around the shoals. You do not have to chase everything. You only need to catch what belongs. Catching requires readiness. Readiness requires rhythm. Rhythm comes from boundaries that protect your energy. Say no to water that is not yours. Say yes to flow that carries your assignment forward. You will pass familiar rocks, places where you once camped in pain. You used to carve your name there. Now you glide by. Wave if you must, but keep moving. You are not abandoning your story. You are refusing to chain yourself to one chapter. You will also pass new coves. Quiet pockets. They invite reflection and recalibration. Pull in, check your gear, repair what's frayed. Small maintenance prevents large losses. Maintenance is not glamorous. Lubricate the oarlock, tie the rope, patch the seam, review the plan. These acts are not distractions from purpose. They are the spine of purpose. Let generosity be your current within the current, not noisy, not performative. Share a tool, offer a map, pull someone clear of a snag. Rivers stay clean when travelers practice kindness. Hoarding breeds backwater. Backwater breeds stagnation, invisible cue for action. If this river image steadies you, let your agreement be quietly visible today. Steady tone, kind timing, consistent follow-through. No announcement required. Your presence will preach. The sun shifts, shadows stretch. Your sense of direction may blur for a moment. Do not panic. Use simple anchors. Check the current's pull. Check the wind's push. Check your inner compass. Recenter. Carry on. Evening does not end movement. It cools it. This is a good time for gratitude. List 3 flows you noticed. Small ones count. The easy push around a rock. The timely drift of a needed supply. The return of calm after an unexpected splash. Gratitude does not flatter the river. Gratitude trains your eyes. Trained eyes spot openings others miss. Trained eyes spend less energy on fear. Trained eyes lead better. You will meet confluences. Two streams merging. Sound deepens. Power increases. This is collaboration without competition. Bring your strength. Receive theirs. Blend. Travel farther with less strain. You will also face debris fields. Branches from storms you did not cause. Opinions thrown like sticks. Old agreements floating loose. Raise your oar. Glide through with minimal strokes. Do not entangle yourself to prove a point. Freedom is not won by wrestling trash. Freedom is won by keeping course. If you flip, and sometimes boats do, remember the basics. Head up, feet downstream. Hold the oar if you can. Swim diagonally toward calmer water. Climb back in when possible. Failure becomes training when you refuse to drown in shame. Shame is a stone in the pocket. Remove it. Name the lesson. Secure the gear better next time. Move on. Rivers forgive quickly when you do. Pattern interrupt. Ask yourself out loud, what unnecessary weight am I carrying in this boat? Say one item. Decide one small release. Light boats travel truer. Decisions will come in clusters. Do not treat clusters like crises. Stack them. Address them in order. Use time blocks like dams that organize flow without killing it. 15 quiet minutes can clear an entire stretch of mental driftwood. You are also allowed to pull to shore, not to quit, to review, to sleep, to stretch your legs. Healthy pauses make longer journeys possible. Exhaustion romanticizes exits. Rest renews direction. Direction matters more than speed. A fast boat in the wrong channel only reaches the wrong destination sooner. Measure success by alignment, not applause. Applause echoes on banks. Alignment hums beneath your hull. Humility helps you hear that hum. Humility says, teach me a better stroke. Humility says, I was wrong about that turn. Humility says, thank you for the tow. Pride is a rock pretending to be an island. Do not camp there. When criticism comes, and it will, distinguish between hecklers on the bank and mentors in nearby boats. Hecklers demand entertainment. Mentors offer correction with solutions. Keep mentors close enough to be heard over the water. Keep hecklers far enough to fade into wind. There will be nights on the river, stars overhead, water dark, sounds amplified. Fear likes the night. So does wonder. Choose which one gets your attention. Name constellations. Pray simple prayers. Let the rhythm of the current become your lullaby. Morning returns, mist rises. New angles of light show new paths. You will notice entry points you missed yesterday. That is not failure, that is freshness. Start again with a novice's curiosity and a veteran's steadiness. If opportunity calls from the left bank, promising shortcuts, louder crowds, faster applause, check the current before you pull in. Shortcuts that fight flow are toll roads that charge interest later. Your river is generous. It will bring honest work in honest ways. Do not confuse calm with boredom. Calm is capacity without chaos. Boredom is misdirected energy. If you feel restless, assign the restlessness a task. Study, practice, upgrade a skill. Rivers reward preparation when the next rapid arrives. When the rapid does arrive, smile. Not because hardship is fun, because training is paying off. Your hands know where to go. Your core holds steady. Your mind stays clear. You do not need to shout. You need to execute. Execution is quiet. It is stroke after stroke. Angle. Correct. Advance. Then suddenly you are through. Look back briefly to learn. Then face forward and let pride soften into gratitude. Pattern interrupt. Write one sentence for the comments that begins, "Today I will cooperate with the current by," keep it practical. Make it doable. Let it shape your next hour. Think about money for a moment. On rivers, money moves like water. It flows in. It flows out. Dams are for storage. Channels are for purpose. Build modest dams for stability. Carve clear channels for impact. Let generosity oxygenate the flow. Tight fists create splash and little progress. Open hands direct the stream. Think about relationships. Some boats will draft behind you. Some will pace beside you. Some will cross in front of you with no signal. Stay calm. Signal when you can. Offer space. Avoid collisions. Your peace is worth more than proving right of way. Think about voice. The river has a sound. So do you. Speak with the tone of the water you're in. Clarity in rapids. Warmth in stillness. Confidence in bends. People trust voices that match the moment. Now, storms, they happen. Rain thickens the surface. Wind tilts the boat. Debris multiplies. Recenter your weight. Reduce your profile. Ride it out. Storms end. Currents remain. You will find your rhythm again. When the rainbow appears, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, do not make it your compass. Beauty is beautiful. Direction is directional. Let the current lead. Let wisdom steer. Enjoy the color without outsourcing your choices. At some point, you will meet a gate, a man-made barrier, a lock that raises or lowers boats between levels. Signal. Wait your turn. Enter with patience. The water will adjust. You will rise or you will descend. Both are transitions. Respect them. Do not thrash. Let the process lift you or lower you with grace. When the doors open, row out. New level, new view. Same river, same purpose. Smile at the engineers who built such passages. Then become one. Build processes that lift others quietly. Invisible cue for action. Carry this river posture into one conversation. Today, slow down, listen longer, reply shorter, and let your tone move like calm water. People feel the difference. You will too. You may wonder, how will I know I am on course? You will notice less friction. You will notice better timing. You will notice a lighter body and a fuller heart. Your sleep deepens. Your words sharpen. Your days simplify without shrinking. Simplicity is not small. Simplicity is aligned. Complexity can be camouflage for confusion. When you respect the current, clutter dissolves. Space appears for what matters. When you mentor someone on the river, start with basics. Teach them to sit low, teach them to read water, teach them to hold an oar without white-knuckling, teach them to laugh when they splash. Laughter loosens fear's grip. Loose hands steer better. If memory brings an old failure, place it behind you like a wake. The wake shows where you have been, not where you are going. Do not row by staring backward. Head, eyes, heart, forward. You are not a tourist here. You are a navigator. Navigators study. Navigators practice. Navigators rest when they must. They are not ashamed of any of it. As evening approaches again, choose a quiet inlet. Tie off. Write 3 lines, what the river taught me today, where I cooperated, where I resisted. Plan 1 small change for tomorrow's stroke. Small changes add distance with less effort. Let the boat rock gently. Let gratitude warm the chest. Let sleep come without bargaining. You are carried and you are contributing. Both true, both good. Morning will find you ready. Hands sure, eyes soft, heart clear. You will push off with a sentence. I flow with purpose. Then you will do it, stroke by stroke, bend by bend, mile by mile. No countdown, no guaranteed outcomes. Just faithful movement with a faithful current. And in that movement, you will become who you were meant to be on the water. Not hurried, not stalled, but steady, strong, and unmistakably guided by the river that knows the way. Imagine a table, not crowded, not loud, a table set on purpose. Your name is on a card. The chair fits your frame now, not the smaller you, not the apologetic you. You did not claw for this seat. You were invited. The host knows your story. The host knows your scars. The host is not nervous about either. Breathe, set your hands on the wood, feel the grain, solid, warm. Honor here is quiet. It is not spotlight, it is alignment. Fork, knife, cup, plate. Tools, not trophies. What arrives will strengthen, not sedate. You will leave full and focused. Before anything is served, look around. Notice who is here. Notice who is not. Absence can be protection. You do not need to drag old chairs back. Some seats were removed so the table could breathe. Let it breathe. The first course is clarity. Clarity tastes like clean water after long thirst. It washes the grit from your mouth. It resets your tongue for truth. You stop speaking in circles. You stop defending the obvious. You remember what you are about. How do you know clarity has arrived? Your shoulders lower, your jaw softens, your next decision stops shouting. The room feels measurable again. You can pick a starting point and start. Pattern interrupt. Question for the comments. If your purpose were a flavor, what would it be today? Sweet, savory, bright, earthy. Name one word. Let it shape your choices. The second course is courage. Not noise, not bluster. Courage here is small and repeatable. It keeps simple commitments when no one is clapping. It says yes without drama. It says no without apology. It spares you from the cost of pretending. Courage comes plated with boundaries. Boundaries are not fences against love. They are lines that protect it. You can push the plate away when the conversation poisons your peace. You can excuse yourself without explaining your whole history. You can say, "Not for me," and still keep your heart soft. A steward's posture fits this table. You are not auditioning, you are listening. You are aligning resources with assignment. You are matching time to value. You are matching voice to moment. This is not a performance, it is a practice. Look down. Your knife is purpose, your fork is patience, your cup is capacity, your plate is responsibility. Use them in that order more often than not. Purpose guides, patience gathers, capacity holds, responsibility distributes. The third course is community. Real connection, not networking as theater, shared burden, shared laughter, shared silence. This is where comparison loses its appetite. This is where you celebrate others without shrinking yourself. Community needs vocabulary. Start here. Thank you. I'm sorry, I don't know. Teach me. How can I help? This is how tables stay generous. This is how rooms keep oxygen. Pattern interrupt. Name one person who made you better this season. Say their name out loud. Then write one sentence you could send them this week. Short, specific, true. You may feel the urge to document everything. Breathe. Not every holy thing wants a camera. Some moments are meant for memory. Memory compacts meaning. Meaning fuels endurance. Endurance outlives metrics. The host begins to speak. You hear your name in the tone that knows you. No performance notes, no shame disguised as feedback, just direction. Simple, achievable. Next, right steps. Direction is plated like bread. Daily. Fresh. Tear a piece. Eat it here. Carry a piece with you. Do not hoard. Tomorrow will have its own. Someone raises a question at the far end. It trembles a little. This table can hold trembling. Answer if it is yours to answer. Stay quiet if it is not. Silence is not neglect. Silence is respect. When the moment belongs to another voice. You notice an empty chair. It is not a mistake. It is an invitation. One day you will bring someone who is not sure they belong. You will watch their breath change when they read their name on the card. You will remember your own first sit. You will remember the kindness that steadied you. Pass it forward. Now the platter of vindication walks by. It smells like victory speeches. It looks tempting. Leave it for the center of the table. Vindication is a seasoning, not a meal. If you feast on it, hunger returns fast and mean. You do not need to prove anyone wrong. You need to build what is right. The conversation turns to building pillars, beams, foundations. Your mind leaps to plans. Good. Bring your blueprints to the center. Let wiser eyes mark them. Let kinder hands adjust them. You do not lose ownership when you accept refinement. You gain durability. Durability beats hype. Hype is sugar. Durability is grain. Sugar spikes. Grain sustains. Choose meals that last. Pattern interrupt. Write in the comments. One durable habit you will practice at this table this week. Morning pages. Device-free dinners, weekly debrief. Name it. Let the room witness your choice. A conflict rises on the left. Voices tighten. You tense too. The host lifts a hand. Silence settles like a cloth. Conflict does not need volume to be solved. It needs clarity. It needs courage. It needs compassion. Serve those first. Solutions often arrive warm. You taste a course called no. It surprises you. It is tender, not tough. It frees calendar space. It frees mental space. It tells the truth about capacity. Responsibility without margin is cruelty to the calling. Margin protects the message. Margin protects the messenger. Across from you sits someone who loved a version of you that stayed small. You feel the pull to perform humility. Breathe again. True humility agrees with truth. You are growing. Growth adjusts seating charts. You can stay kind without sitting where you do not fit. Someone asks for your story. You could spill every detail. You could curate it for applause. Instead, you choose clarity over drama. You offer the peace that helps the room. You hold the peace that is still healing. Wisdom serves portions that match the moment. The host brings the course called correction. It is not bitter, it is bright. It cuts through fog. Correction here never humiliates, it liberates. It removes weight from words. You leave lighter than you arrived. If you sense resentment at the edges, invite it to the light. Do not feed it in corners, ask it questions. What are you protecting? What do you need that I can honor without abandoning my assignment? Often resentment wanted a seat and didn't know how to ask. Give it language, or give it the door. You notice that gratitude keeps returning like water. It washes plates, it clears crumbs, it makes room for more. Practice thankfulness as an art form. Specific, daily, out loud when possible. Gratitude trains sight. trained sight finds provision faster. Now the host stands, a new platter appears. It is called discernment. It looks like simple bread, but it nourishes like a feast. Discernment helps you spot the difference between shine and substance, between noise and need, between opportunity and trap. Eat slowly, chew, let it become part of how you see. Pattern interrupt. Quick reflection. What recent invitation looked bright but felt hollow? Name it privately. Then write one sentence you can use next time to say no with kindness. Practice now so your mouth knows later. At this table, failure is not exiled. It sits, it speaks softly. It says, "Here is what I learned." No one throws stones, no one whispers scandal. We eat the lesson, we compost the rest, then we plant something better with it. There is also a place for lament. Sorrow does not ruin the meal, it adds salt. We do not rush it to be polite, we let it finish its sentence. Then we hold hands in the quiet and remember the one who does not waste tears. Success arrives too. We clap without suspicion. We do not dull the light to make the room comfortable. We let it shine and check our eyes for envy. If envy blinks, we ask it what it fears. We bless the good anyway. Blessing protects community from corrosion. If a story tries to swell into gossip, the table nudges it back to honor. We talk to people, not about them. We feed solutions. We starve rumors. This is how trust grows roots. You will notice the host never hurries the courses. Pacing is part of the formation. There is time to taste. There is time to think. There is time to decide. Rushing ruins flavor. Rushing ruins wisdom. Let time do its work. At some point you will stand and pour. Water, coffee, tea. Simple service. Not your big moment. Your true heart shows up in these small motions. Your calling is not threatened by pouring. It is confirmed by it. You are handed a small key with dessert. It is not flashy. It opens drawers, not vaults. Drawers hold tools. Tools build vaults later. Use the key daily. Unlock what you need. Practice access without arrogance. Now, talk about money. Softly, honestly. At this table, money is a servant. It is not a personality. It is not worth. It is a tool that obeys purpose. We budget like artists. We invest like farmers. We give like rivers. We do not worship the tool. We wield it. Talk about work. Process over posture. Systems that keep the soul intact. Calendars that respect the body. Deadlines that serve deliverables, not destroy dinner. We refuse the cult of burnout. We choose the craft of sustainable excellence. Talk about rest. Rest is not a luxury for later. Rest is a rhythm for now. Rest keeps rooms beautiful. Rest keeps words kind. Rest keeps the table together. We schedule it like a meeting with meaning. You will sense a nudge to invite someone new. Not because you need a larger audience, because abundance wants company. You were multiplied here. Multiply here. A child wanders close, curious eyes. Small hands. The table lowers itself. We teach the next ones how to sit, how to speak, how to serve, how to eat wisdom. Without crumbs of shame, we pass them napkins and names and reasons to hope. The host lifts a final cup, not a toast to ego, a blessing. Words that land like shelter, words that strengthen. Knees, words that set lamps in windows for late. Arrivals, receive them, hold them, repeat them to yourself on ordinary mornings. Pattern, interrupt, write a single sentence. Blessing you can speak over your own table this week. Make it simple enough to remember. When you are tired, make it kind enough to soften hard days. As the meal closes, you stack plates, you clear space. You notice your heart is steady. You are less hungry for approval. You are more hungry for impact. This is what good tables do. They reorder appetites. Before you leave, the host places a small card in your palm. Sentence, build what blesses beyond you. That is the assignment. Not for applause, for legacy. You slip the card into your pocket. You push your chair in. You thank the host with your eyes. You scan the room one more time. Faces of allies, faces of mentors, faces of those you will mentor next. If your past tries to walk you out hand in hand, smile. Let it escort you to the threshold, then let it go. It belongs in story, not in steering. You will always honor where you came from. You will not hand it the map. At the door, you see the hallway again, lighter now, quieter, not a trap, just a corridor between tables and tasks. You step into it with a new gait. Your pace is set by peace, not pressure. Someone in the hallway asks, "How do I get a seat?" You say, "Come hungry." "Come honest." "Come to serve." You say, "There is an empty chair." You point, you walk them back with you next time. You will carry the table into rooms that do not have. When you will create honor with language, you will create safety with tone. You will create focus with questions. Your presence will feel like a place to sit. This is not the end of the meal. It is the beginning of the build. Tables feed vision. Vision builds homes. Homes hold generations. This is why the enemies of your peace tried so hard to scatter your utensils. This is why distraction came dressed like duty, because a steady builder is dangerous to despair. You are steady now, not perfect present, not loud, clear, not hurried, aligned. Walk with the blessings still. Warm in your chest. Let your words this week taste like clarity. Let your decisions cut like clean knives. Let your yes be nourishment. Let your no be wisdom. As you reach the exit, look back once, not to cling to honor. Say, "Thank you for feeding my purpose." Say, "I will serve what I was served." Then step out, bridge to what's next. We opened the door, we learned the river, we sat at the table. Now we will build the house, room by room, choice by choice, day by day. In the next video, we lay the first stone, foundations that hold in weather and in wonder. Bring your blueprint, bring your steady yes, bring 2 clean tools, attention and patience. We will raise something together that lasts, not for a season, for a story, for a lineage that remembers the table and lives like it everywhere they go.